Hello, my name is Lynne Davis, and I'm one of the lobbyists with the State Bar of Wisconsin. This week, I will be discussing the State Bar's Government Relations Program and give an overview of our lobbying process. So the State Bar of Wisconsin has a full lobbying program and takes public policy positions on legislation, administrative rules, or other issues before the legislature, governor, or executive agencies. We advocate on behalf of issues that the State Bar's Board of Governors has taken a public policy on, as well as lobby on behalf of sections that have opted to participate in the lobbying program. The State Bar's positions are related to the delivery of legal services, funding of the justice system, regulation of the practice, and broadly, criminal justice and civil practice issues. So how did the State Bar come to have these policies? They all went through the same process. Our bylaws require a 60% vote in favor of the motion to be taken by the Board of Governor members. These positions can be taken at the request of a section, division, or committee that believes an issue is important enough that the State Bar needs to get behind it. In addition, board members themselves can initiate a position, as well as staff, most often us, the government relations team, or any member of the State Bar can petition to have the Board of Governors consider a position. Once adopted, these policies stay in effect until they are repealed. So when considering a State Bar policy proposal, we evaluate a few factors. First, is it relevant to the practice? Many of us have interests that we feel passionate about, but if the issue is not related to the practice of law, it is best not to bring it forth. Next, would taking a position on this issue benefit our members professionally? Are you willing to testify or to contact your local representatives if this issue comes up before the legislature? If you want the State Bar to commit to an issue, you need to commit as well. Who else would be interested in this issue? Could this legislation have an impact on relationships that the State Bar has with other organizations and individuals? Is this issue likely to come before the Wisconsin legislature? If not, it's best to focus on an issue that will. And lastly, how pressing is this topic? If it's not likely to come up anytime soon, we might want to consider more topical issues. So while the State Bar has public policy positions that cover a wide range of issues impacting the legal profession, each legislative session, the State Bar's Board of Governors Policy Committee, in consultation with the government relations staff, comes up with a list of priorities for the upcoming year. For the 2019-2020 session, the State Bar focused part of its efforts on criminal justice issues, including expungement reform, bail reform, juvenile justice issues, and exoneree compensation. We anticipate continuing to advocate for these issues in the upcoming 2021-2022 legislative session as well. In addition to criminal justice issues, the State Bar advocated for stronger funding within the justice system, including increases to civil legal aid, the private bar rate, pay for judges, ADAs, DDAs, and public defenders, and court expansion. Many of these were successful efforts, but funding is a never-ending battle, so these are likely to continue to be a focus of the GR program in the upcoming session as well. So as I previously mentioned, in addition to lobbying on behalf of the State Bar, there are some sections which the State Bar lobbyists also advocate for. This is completely voluntary, and groups can either be a lobby section, where the GR team fully engages the legislature on issues of importance to the board, or a lobby light section, where we update the board on relevant issues, but they do not take public policy positions on legislation, nor do we engage on their behalf at the State House. Sections are allowed to lobby under certain conditions outlined in Supreme Court rule. Section may take positions on public policy matters when the matter is relevant to the practice area and the section's mission. The position is adopted in accordance with the section bylaws crafted by the State Bar. The position is exclusive to the section, not the State Bar. And lastly, the section pays lobbying dues so that the cost of advocacy is borne only by section members. As directed by the Supreme Court, the State Bar has crafted model bylaws which outline additional requirements lobbying sections are required to follow. These bylaws call for sections to agree and abide by our conflict resolution procedures, acknowledge that a public policy matter is only valid once 60% of voting eligible board members have supported the motion. And lastly, agree that no section position may be taken if the State Bar already has it as a Board of Governors position. To maintain a check and balance over our section lobbying program, the State Bar has the Legislative Oversight Committee. In addition to duties such as setting lobbying fees and monitoring section lobby positions, LOC resolves conflicts and mediates disputes between sections over legislation. Their decision is the final word on the issue. Thankfully, this does not happen very often. LOC is also a resource when a bill falls into a bit of a gray area within our SBW policy positions. The committee determines whether or not the State Bar positions apply, and we proceed accordingly. This brings our government relations presentation to a close. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 608-250-6045 or email me at ldavis@wisbar.org. You can also contact Cale Battles, our other lobbyist at the State Bar, or Lisa Royce, the State Bar's Public Affairs Director, at the contact information listed. Please remember to subscribe to our Rotunda Report newsletter if you haven't already, and follow us on Twitter at SBW_RotundaRPT. You can also stay on top of our grassroots issues and efforts at wisbar.org/govrelations. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.